Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I like to do is just go on and just, kind of, see what's going on with this Governor Cuomo's debacle that we, kind of been witnessing on the news here. Okay, I've decided to go on and use my Lenormand's deck here. And ladies and gentlemen, I certainly like to hear your comments, okay? Um, and basically, what I'm going to start off doing today with this reading, I'm going to just start off by simply just viewing these cards and just seeing what would be the occurrence here or the result. You know, does it appear that he's going to be impeached or held responsible for, these alleged actions, that he's so called done to these women? Okay. So let's go on and just examine a few cards here and to see here. Okay, basically the cards that sits on this line here as well as this, it looks like it's going to be more of a split decision that I'm kind of seeing here. I think that he's going to be held accountable, but I'm getting the sense that he's not really going to be impeached here. I feel that he's going to be accountable and some type of an agreement is going to be worked out. I'm kind of feeling to kind of resolve this issue um, that I'm seeing here. Okay. So let's go on and just kind of get more so looking at the cards that fell to the bottom of the deck here to just see, why this might be in fact be the case here. Okay. We have the letter that starts off, with the bottom card here. And with that letter card, it certainly is all about written information or work related type information. And it's all about a memo or again some type of communication of some sort, you know, even fax or some type of sealed document that is kind of showing that, Kumo received here. And then what sits next here, we have the child that sits here. So it shows a new path or a new direction here. And it also shows, ladies and gentlemen, it also represents a young woman who might in fact be against him in some way, or even in fact a mistress, because this card is all about immaturity, innocence, and even kind of starting all over again, but in a completely new direction here. Because it seems that Kumo is a bit naive and I'm feeling a bit childish here, okay, that I'm kind of getting. So it certainly shows that that some type of memo or letter, have already been or has already been sent to him, really requesting his resignation that I'm kind of getting here. And it looks like the letter perhaps were from some of his colleagues, even in fact, as we've seen on the news here. But it seems to be of a rather negative type nature here. And then what sits next to the child here, we have the crossroad, ladies and gentlemen. And that is all about decisions and choices. It's all about two paths being given to someone, And this card is certainly, requires cautious contemplation. So this card represents, the lawsuits and the mediation that explained that it seems that he's potentially kind of going through. And it shows him being a bit at a crossroad, and lawmakers reviewing the pros and the cons, and that he's kind of getting that he prevaricates a lot, and his personality, even in fact, ladies and gentlemen, appears to be a bit personality, um, a bit erratic. I'm kind of getting, okay, but it certainly shows a lot of decisions that has to be made here, okay. But you have a rather positive card there with the stars there, and that card, provides clarity. It's all about luck, even a lucky break. It's all about destiny and hope, and again, further emphasizing the new paths here, that seems to be granted here. But unfortunately, even though this card shows some type of improvement or lucky, some type of success here, the last card here that we have here, representing the bottom energy here is the mountain. And with the mountain, it always brings about challenges that will have to be surmounted. Even in fact, a major setback, barriers and obstacles, diversions of all sorts and delays, and even communication problems, indifference, even continuance. So it shows here that, there are certainly many decisions that have to be made, but I'm seeing a bit of a lot of, slow progress here. And I'm seeing that this case is going to be delayed, I'm feeling, for several months. I'm kind of getting here before there can reach some type of sustainable, resolution here. So just to get more detail and just give you a more consolidated story of the energy that I'm seeing coming through for Cuomo is that I feel that, just to reiterate, is that he certainly is going to receive news, okay? And it appears that it's going to be news that's very damaging, news about, as I said, a younger woman or a mistress with whom he had some dealings, okay? Because it certainly shows that he's going to definitely, in fact, have to make a decision, I'm feeling here, you know? And I see an impasse and a lot of vacillation kind of happening. However, I feel that Cuomo is still kind of hoping for a positive outcome, but it might simply be his wishful thinking due to the mountain card kind of, as I said here, ending there because it brings about a lot of, challenges and challenges that you really don't want to experience here. So let's get further more in depth into the reading and just to look at, the past things or things that may be in fact in process of happening here. And so for this, we're going to be examining these cards here, okay? So I'm going to make a few general observations first because I'm seeing a lot of mood swings and a lot of nervousness surrounding Kuma, I'm seeing a lot of eroticism too, sexual fantasies. And it looks like too that, as I'm seeing even in fact an enemy, and it perhaps is his younger woman. It seems that maybe she was an exotic dancer, or he may have even met her at a strip club or something that I'm kind of getting here. Okay, I'm seeing trials and judgments. I'm seeing corporate losses and even some governmental fleecing. Okay, I'm also seeing something connected with, very corporate corruption, and there is a possibility of that he can certainly go to prison for this. But I don't feel that he's gonna, get convicted in that way. But I do feel that he's gonna have to, he's gonna be responsible for for the stuff that he's done, though. Okay. So now let's go on and just get into your reading to examine these cards here. We have the mice here. So that card is all about self-sabotage and fraud and losses of all sort. Something really nagging at him. Worries and stress and sadness of all sorts. Feeling a bit fatigued here. Okay? And what sits next to that is the moon, and that's all about, our emotions and feelings, and even, in fact, our erotic feelings. Okay? And then we had the whip. Okay, that card is certainly all about sweeping away things, competitive strife and judgment. It's all about, heated debates and tough discussions, addictive as well as toxic behavior traits. Okay, and then we have what sits next to that. We have the Sit card, and that's all about division and severing and removal and emotional separations here. So this next card here is the Tower. So that's the significator for this reading. So I'm just going to go back and consolidate this just to give you a story of what I'm kind of seeing that already may have occurred or might be in fact in process of occurring. So I'm feeling that although Kuma really expects to kind of be vindicated and, a positive outcome, there is certainly or has certainly been an element of corruption or exploitation involved here. And this has kind of, caused Cuomo to become very, very stressed, as he knows his position is kind of unstable. I'm feeling that it looks like it's been a lot of arguments and heated discussions regarding his suitability to kind of continue on, even in fact, as governor, as we've seen, okay? It's much discord, kind of took place, which I'm feeling it kind of made it rather arduous to kind of for Cuomo as well as lawmakers to kind of see eye to eye or to kind of pinpoint a resolution here, you know. But I'm feeling that, as we've seen, he is in fact being forced or have been forced to kind of make a decision to kind of resign. But as we know, he has yet to do so. Okay? So that's the story that I'm seeing here. That what I'm seeing here from the past, or what's kind of already or might be in the process of occurring. So let's go on and look at the cards that follows the Tower card, which are the future cards, and just see what what we can expect here. And I'm just going to make a few general observations here because I'm seeing a lot of suffering. You know, I'm seeing even a resolution or some type of relief that's going to be coming too, as well. You know, so with this snake card that follows that tower, I certainly see some complications ahead. You know, a lot of lies and deceptions are going to be told. You know, and with the cross sitting next to that, that further emphasizes, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it the misfortunes that's really ahead for him. You know, even shows Kuma feeling as if, you know, he will have fallen into the abyss of despair in somewhat. You know, I see a lot of tears, regret, guilt. However, I feel that, just looking at the cards ending here, they seem to be a bit sneaky, but a little positive here. I feel that he's going to be relieved when this debacle is kind of over, but something still remains hidden. And it might, in fact, be perhaps that secret affair that I've been kind of seeing here. So, the bottom line is he going to be impeached or held accountable in some way here? So, I decided to use these cards here down the bottom of here. So, we see that the letter card, as we've already seen once before, but I decided to use two decks here. It kind of shows a written invitation or something that's going to come out, you know? And it shows here this is the the agreement type card, which is also a card that connects with that letter card. It shows somewhat of a repeated action. And the next card here is a book. It shows something concealed, something undisclosed that's going to come out. So it looks like there's a lot of investigation that's going on in regards to a secretive affair that he may have had here. And it's going to come out here. And that's why he is, in fact, he's going to be held accountable here. But I don't think that I don't feel that he's going to actually get impeached, but I think he's going to be held accountable, and I really don't see him moving on to kind of winning a new term, for governor. I think he's going to move on to doing something else in terms of a new direction, or he's going to be taking a new path in some way here. And another thing here, just in closing here, he also has the Chinese dragon here. So with the Chinese dragon, it certainly shows that despite the fact that obstacles are in Cuomo's way, if he works hard to overcome these obstacles, he can certainly achieve success here. So I think that it's going to be a matter of, um, I don't, it's going to, they're going to go through some type of arbitration or mediation in some sense to resolve this, some kind of feeling, but it's going to take months to do so. And I think that, you're going to find that a lot of secretive affairs probably, in fact, is going to come out, as we have been seeing here. But I do think that he's going to be held liable for the situation, but I don't feel that, he's going to like be impeached, that I'm not getting here, but some accountability he's going to have to experience here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've had for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered some food for thought, and I do look forward to hearing your comments. Okay, if you like a more personal reading, please contact me at WAT61073 at gmail.com. Enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.